everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm sharing with you 3 more artist trading cards that I made for our event in June 2021, which is a hashtag daily art challenge called hashtag ATC AD2021. You guys can still participate making an artist trading card every day and posting them on social media using that hashtag. So during this video, I'm going to show you a new little electronic gadget that I received from the MUNBYN company. They make all different types and sizes and shapes and colors of thermal printers. And you guys know I like to use a label printer sometimes in my art journal pages and ATCs and tags. If I don't have a sticker for the exact thing I want to say, I can print it out and use it. And so I've been doing that for a while, and I got this brand new super cute teddy bear printer from this company. So I wanted to share it with you. I will show it to you. It has an app that you run it through on Bluetooth, and then so you can carry it around with you. I'll be having it with me when I travel in June. You guys probably already know that I'm traveling pretty much the entire month of June while still making ATCs every day. So if I can travel and make ATCs and live stream and make videos while I'm on the road, you guys can absolutely make ATCs every day. Absolutely. Some of them only take maybe 15 minutes at the most, so I hope you're going to do it. So to start out this one, I used some acrylic inks in 4 different colors with a little bit of water, letting them roll around the card. The card is a watercolor card from Strathmore pre-cut, and made this really beautiful blues and greens swirly background. And then I am using a stencil and a stamp from Jeannie B. Aaron's designs. Don't worry, there will be links for everything, plus, of course, probably a coupon code for the little teddy bear printer. Below the video, down there, you click the show more, and there'll be lots of links and information for you. So I used the stencil that coordinates with the stamp set to make a little bit of stenciled seaweed at the bottom of my card. And then I got out the stamps from the stamp set that I wanted to use. I'm going to stamp with archival ink, which is a type of ink that's permanent. So if I watercolor over it, which I am going to do, I already know because I already did it, then it doesn't move or smear or anything. You need archival ink or stays on ink or something like that. So I got out some Dr. P.H. Martin's concentrated liquid watercolor, and I'm just putting a turquoise, a green, and a yellow into this little plastic palette. And I will use a very small round watercolor brush and a little bit of water to color. This was stamped just on regular old paper from the printer. It wasn't anything fancy. So it is quite absorbent, but it doesn't seem to be going over the edges too much. If it does, I'm going to cut it out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I use these same type of tints and tones as I had in the acrylic inks onto my little turtle guy. So cute. So cute. I love sea turtles. They're adorable. And I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut out the part where I'm cutting it out so you don't have to watch that. And then I will glue this down using a Yoo-hoo glue stick to my card so that I have this adorable little sea turtle guy swimming through the seaweed and doing his thing in the water. I also had a little bit of leftover white acrylic paint on my paper, so I just smeared it with my finger and used it as kind of a pad to stamp a few of these little bubbles that also came with the set. I ended up using just the little sized ones and not the bigger ones that were in the set. There's quite a few stamps. I didn't exactly count, but there's a seahorse, there's a mermaid tail, octopus legs, things like that in the stamp set. It's really cute if you like ocean stuff, and I do. I wish I was in the ocean right now. So, and I am going to go to the ocean. So I've made this video in advance of when I left on the trip. But Next, I want to just integrate everything. I started to use my Pit pen, and that's an Indie ink brush pen, but I ended up just using that same watercolor that was in the palette and my water tank brush to add a little bit of shading around the glued on piece because that integrates it into the background. So I always recommend to shadow around the things that you glue down so that they don't look like a sticker that you just stuck on there and it wasn't part of the composition. That always bugs me. So I always do shadow and sometimes highlights like I'm doing right now. I added some white highlights with my white Posca pen. And then when that was dry, I decided to add a little bit of glittery stuff. And this is a Spectrum Noir brush pen with a clear ink that has mica glitter in it. See, it's shiny, shimmery, shiny. I just like it. It's kind of like glitter, but it's really super tiny. And then I'm getting out my new little printer. So cute. Doesn't it look like... I just do wish they had put a couple little ears at the top, but it's just cute. So here's an application that you download from the App Store. They have it for both operating systems, so you don't need to worry about that. There's even a little code you can scan and download it that way if you don't want to go look for it in the App Store. And what I like about it is that it has a lot of options. It has different fonts. It has ability to change the size of your font and to reorient it. Do you want it to be, against the side on one side or the other? Do you want it to be centered? It also has little icons, they call them, all kinds of little tiny pictures you can put on. The options for colors of tape there's a huge amount of different colors of tape. This little label maker came with 3 different ones, and I'm going to show you each one. That first one that I used there was clear silver. So it matches what I did with the Spectrum Noir pen. I put that silvery glitter on there, and then this label also looks like that. It's kind of hard to see on the video. Maybe you'll be able to see it in the picture, I'm not sure. But it's shimmery, and that shimmer matches the shimmer I put on the turtle. So then I just wanted to show you guys a little bit more about it. I put in a different label thing. They're easy. You just pull the thing back, lift it up, pull the roll out. It came with 3 different ones, and I put the one that is got a plain white label, and I was showing you some of these little cute picture icons that you can put on there. And I was just printing out something else so that you'd see. This particular label, the way it's designed, I don't know if you can tell, but you could just print on one section of it and fold it over, and then it has a tab. So if you wanted to like label your stencils or something like that where you needed a tab hanging off, you could easily do it with this roll of tape. And then the other one is plaid. It's like light yellow and blue plaid. They also have some that have flowers. They've got all kinds of pastel colors, everything from, pink and yellow and blue, green. They've got some that have pictures on them. Within the application, you can do borders. You can do, like I said, different fonts. There's bold, italic, all that type of stuff that you would have on the computer when you're doing word editing and making words that way. But this is all just in this little application on your phone that you get for free that comes with the printer, and then you can just have it anywhere with you, carry it around, and you can just print anytime you want. So for my next card, I decided to use a background that was already done with some pinks, and then this little gel printed piece that is using the Stencil Girl periodic table stencil. And I had cut that piece away, so I already had it. This one's real quick. I wanted to make a really quick one to show you how fast you could make something with just the little things that you have. I had a little die cut that was white, but I wanted to change the color, so I used some Dina Wakley gloss spray to color it pink. And I also used it as a splatter. You can pull out and use the straw to splatter, which is a good way to splatter. Easier than getting a fan brush out or something. And I put that on over this. I like pink and black, the contrast of it. So this was something that I found pretty cool. Then I put this one down on a black striped cardstock. It's textured and striped, and I know you guys can't see that either. It's actually from a candy bar. I got a fancy candy bar as a gift, and this black paper, this black cardstock that it was wrapped in, I thought was really cool. So I saved it like I do, you know. Then I put some pink gems on there, and then I'm going to get out my little printer, and I'm going to print on that plain white label the words "Think Pink." And that's kind of a word for thinking about women's issues as well as like breast cancer and stuff like that. Think pink, you know. So since this one was pink and black, that's what I decided to put on there. And I was looking at the icons. I was thinking about putting a little person on there, but then I changed my mind. There's lipstick. There's other types of just all kinds of stuff. Little animals, fun stuff. And I like that it's all scalable, that you can have more than one line of something on the same label if you make them small enough. Good stuff. I think I finally get around to it there. I'm changing the font, changing around the font, changing, is it two lines above each other, or is it two words next to each other? Can I make it bigger? Can I make it smaller? You can stretch it with your fingers by pinching out your fingers like you do on an iPhone. Fun stuff. So I've almost printed it out. It's coming out the little side of the, oh, it didn't print quite right, so I decided to make it a little bit smaller. This particular label has two sections that will fold one over the other, and then it has a little tab sticking out, and I got it a little bit off center. So I printed it again, and I'm going to cut it with my scissors. It actually ended up not doing very well with my scissors, but it has a split in the back to make it easy to peel the label. So I just made this little label for my card. You'll see this little printer showing up, you know, different times in different videos, but this is kind of my introduction to the printer video. Cute. There you go. Think pink. The gloss spray is interesting. I don't use it very often, and I liked how it turned out. Kind of almost like it's absorbed in at different levels and made it an interesting look, not just real flat. So then I'm getting out another one. This one already has sewing pattern tissue glued to it. These are scraps of different things that I've made in the past that I cut into ATCs. I know we talked about that at the beginning of the month, rounding up your extra bits and cutting them into 2.5 by 3.5 inch rectangles if they're heavier papers and making them into ATCs. This is a little label that I printed out earlier that's on that plaid yellow and blue background that's a continuous feed label tape, and I thought I would make something in similar colors and then put that on it. So I glued down a little scrap of a die cut, and then so now it's kind of dimensional. It has a little bumpiness on it, and then I am using my King Art gel sticks. I know you guys know that I bought the big set of King Art gel sticks. I'm pretty sure I told you that. It happened in the middle of the night. You wake up, you're looking at Instagram or something, and then all of a sudden there's an ad, and you're like, well, I want that. Click, click, there you go. Well, that happened again, and I bought 24 more of them. So I think I have, the original set was 48, and the next set was 24. So I have a lot of colors of King Art gel sticks. I am a person who wants to have every single color. And if they tell me there's new colors, I want them. That's how it works in my head. So I used some yellows, some blues. Here's a little bit of kind of a peachy yellow color to color this in. I'm using my water brush to blend it a little bit. And you can also pick up the color from the end of the stick using your water brush instead of writing it on the piece if you want to. There's kind of a couple different ways to blend in. You can blend with your finger, you can blend with a water brush, you could blend with a baby wipe, you know, lots of ways to blend. And then I decided I needed something else besides just the little sticker. So I got out a piece of scrapbook paper that's meant to look like old paper, you know, ancient aged paper with different print on it, and I just freehand cut some little leafy fern looking things, and I'm going to use those on it because they're kind of the same type of yellowy color as the rest of the card that coordinates really well with that blue. So cut those out with my scissors, glue them down with my Yoo-Hoo glue stick, adding some ink to the edges of my cards like I do. I like to have a frame or a border around most of my cards. It just makes me happy. So that's what I do. And that'll be it for this card. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment or question below. Subscribe to the channel. I'm creeping up to 20,000 subscribers, and that will make me happy. So subscribe, turn on your notification bells if you haven't already, so you know when there's a fresh new video. And of course, you can share this with your friends. If you're trying to get somebody into making ATCs, this might be a good option. Also, there's links below the video, and there should be a coupon code for the printer. They said they were going to give me a coupon code, so hopefully I was able to get that and put it below the video. I'm sure I did. I just don't have it right now, but I'm going to get it. So look for the coupon code for the Bluetooth label maker from MUNBYN. Now I just am using a darker color from those same gel sticks. I wrote it down on my underpaper, and I'm picking it up with my water brush and doing a little bit of shading, watery shading around my cutout fern stem things just to make them stand out a little bit from the background. So that's it for me for this video. I'll see you with more ATCs later. Bye-bye.